Hello everyone and welcome to Beast Wars Backtrack. I'm your host, Ross13, and today we are looking at the Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron Trilogy, Vertebreak. Yep, I got another one of these things during Christmas, and I just want to keep this ball rolling. So this is one of the fossilizers, or at the very least, kind of connected to them. It is a bot that turns into a basically fossil version of a dinosaur, and it looks pretty cool. So I'm excited to see what this guy is all about. But before we take him out of the package, let's go ahead and take a look at the package. So we got the rugged Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron Trilogy logo here, 8+ Hasbro Transformers Generations Takara Tomy. We have Vertebreak written here, and then I'm guessing that is Vertebreak again in some sort of Cybertronian text. WFC K3. Rat Trap, who we looked at earlier, was K2, if I remember correctly. And we have a very cool illustration of Vertebreak in his basically beast mode. And we got, I think that's supposed to maybe be the Nemesis or something, the Decepticon ship, I'm guessing. And some weird plants and stuff coming out of it. Not as volcano lava-y as the Rat Trap image. So that is interesting. So on this side, just says core class in different languages. Then on this side, we have some nice CGI product shots of Vertebreak. And then, just like how we had the interesting version of the Maxima logo, we have an interesting version of the Predacon logo here. This one doesn't lean too heavily on Decepticon imagery, but it opens up the eyes a little bit, adds some more details into sort of the mouth section. It's very interesting. I actually kind of dig the look of it and kind of wish we could see the entire thing. So I don't know what this is about. Maybe this is something that we'll see when the Netflix series comes out or something. No clue. Anyway, there isn't much else to look at here, so let's go ahead, get this guy out, and take a look. And here she is set up in her dinosaur fossil mode. That's right, I said her. I was looking up information on this so I could correctly identify the type of dinosaur, which is a Draco Rex, apparently, which is a type of Pachycephalosaurus. I'm probably butchering all of these words. And apparently this character is listed as female, at least according to the TF Wiki. So yeah, she turns into a fossil of a Draco Rex, which is a relatively recent discovery. I think its full classification is Draco Rex Hogsworthia or something like that. Yes, it's apparently named after a Harry Potter thing. Apparently it was given this name because of the sort of dragon-like appearance of the skull. It is part of the Pachycephalosaurus family, just it has a flat head. And it is a very impressive little sculpt. This thing is absolutely tiny. Much smaller than, the original basic class Beast Wars figures. More in line with like the Legends or Legion class figures that we got later. For comparison, so here she is next to her wave mate Rat Trap. Thought it'd be interesting to compare these two together. This is Slash from Combiner Wars, one of the Power of the Primes, part of the Dinobot team for that one. So it's kind of neat to have these two ladies together. An interesting one. This is Dinotron from the Machine Wars Dinobots line, which itself is a repaint remold of the original Dinobot, and also it is a repaint of a character from Beast Wars Neo, I think. Yeah, Neo, because Magmatron was their leader, I think. So yeah, This one is an actual Pachycephalosaurus, though obviously not a very accurate one. So it's kind of interesting seeing these two together. It's also potentially believed that the Draco Rex is actually just a juvenile version of one of these guys or something along those lines. So kind of interesting. And for a little bit more contemporary comparison, here she is next to Ironhide, which is a deluxe class figure. So she stands a little bit taller, but yeah, very much a small little figure. But, I mean, just look at all this detail. Probably could use with maybe a lighter wash over it. You get a little bit of that in here, but really not too bad. I dig it quite a bit. And as far as I can tell, unlike the other fossilizers, this one doesn't come apart and be used as armor or weapons. Now, I suppose if you want, you could have somebody whack people over the head with her if they grabbed hold of the tail or something. Now, the tail does come off to be used as a weapon for this character, so I guess in theory somebody else could use it. Articulation-wise, in this form, you have some hip movement and knee and ankle. The head can go up and down, and the mouth is supposed to move, but it is soft plastic, and I am worried if I try to move it too much, I'm just going to rip it right off the hinge. And that's about it. You can kind of move the arms like this, but that's just for transformation. Which, I guess, speaking of, let's go ahead and start transforming this little guy. So we'll just pop the tail right off, bring the legs down, straighten everything out, flip the arms and shoulders off to the side. Then we're going to bring the robot shoulders back like that. We're going to open up this panel. We're going to flip this little panel up onto the head. Flip that around. Flip the head up. Close the back. And there she is. You can have her just hold her little tail flail weapon. Or you can use slots here to just sort of peg it into the back. And again, I am really digging all the details and stuff like that. Her head sculpt is very interesting. Let's see if we can get in there a little bit. Because it almost, I mean, most Transformers look like they're wearing a helmet or something like that. But this one almost looks like an aviator's cap or something like that, complete with goggles. And it's a very neat effect that I dig quite a bit. All the jointing on this is pretty much ball socket joints, which to me feels appropriate because it's a Beast Wars-like figure. So you got a ball socket joint in the shoulder, this time oriented the correct direction. Ball socket joint in the elbow, which allows for 90-degree bend. Set that aside. Plus rotation. Nothing at the wrist, though they did color the hand a different color. Nothing at the waist. You can kick up quite a bit. Knee is single jointed for only 90-degree bend. And you can kick back quite a bit. And then the ankle is on a ball socket joint. So, oh, and the head is on a just a peg. Oh, I'm sorry, there's a peg and then there's a hinge here. Well, actually might be a ball socket joint there. I apologize. So you actually can get some interesting movement here, especially if you use the transformation hinge there. Otherwise, side-to-side movement is restricted by these things at her shoulders. So yeah, limited articulation, but not too horrible, I think. The tail is made up of a soft rubbery plastic, and you get that in some other parts too, like this back panel is like that. And the shoulder little claw things here feel like a slightly different kind of plastic too. It's hard to say. Paint scheme. You get a little bit of silver in here to kind of show that it's robot mode, and the purple Predacon symbol. But for the most part, her color scheme stays the same. But yeah, I think I dig this. She's a neat looking little figure, and having them turn into like living fossils is a neat take, and I kind of want to get more of these. It is something new and interesting, at least for Transformers. Yes, I know about, what were they called? Dinosaurs or something like that, which was, I can't remember what company made them, but around the time of, I think the original Robots in Disguise cartoon came out, Dinosaurs was a CGI anime combo thing that had they had robots that turned into fossils, but with some translucent bits in them. And they were pretty cool looking. I never actually had any of the toys, so I did see them on store shelves quite often. But for Beast Wars, this is kind of a new thing, and I dig it. Let's go ahead and compare her to some other things. Okay, so first, here she is with her wave mate, Rat Trap. So yeah, they're approximately the same size, which makes sense. They're both from the same line, same wave. She stands a little bit taller because of the way they shaped her head, but really they share approximately the same bulk. He feels a little bit bulkier, but yeah, I think they're about equal. Then here she is with Power of the Primes Slash. And about the same. Actually, no, Slash feels like she's a skosh taller than her. Here she is next to Dinotron, who doesn't even fit in the frame. Kind of interesting to see these two together like that. And then finally, here she is next to Ironhide. This is another deluxe class figure from the War for Cybertron Siege line. And for my Gundam peeps, here she is next to standard HG. This is the Revive Grandpa Gundam. So, yeah, I think I could definitely give this figure a recommendation. She is a lot of fun. It's a neat design. It's well made. Could maybe use a little bit more color, but I think the fossilizers are kind of going for this more monochrome thing. And it does make the silver really pop out with the fact that everything else is these very dark, earthy colors. So yeah, if you can find her, particularly for a good price, go for it. And yeah, that has been a review. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. Check the description below for links to my storefront where you can get official shelf space t-shirts and more. And yeah, thank you again, and I'll see you the next time we are on the Beast Wars Backtrack.